Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stardom Review. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the on-time princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I am not tardy. I
I
am
was
on
the one. I
time.
was the one running behind today, and usually I'm in the room like 10, 15 minutes early. Send her a link like 10 minutes out. She jumps on like 5 to 10 minutes after we were planning to record, and I was the one sending her a link like a few minutes after we were planning to record. So.
Yeah. Sometimes the lashes are a struggle. She's been cheating lately and just wearing the glasses. She still looks cute though.
Oh yeah,
How you
glasses
doing,
always
my friend?
look glasses always look nice on a lady.
I learned you. How are
Mm,
you doing?
I'm all right. Had I was in and out a bunch today, just getting stuff, getting errands run, and getting stuff watched, and getting doing other people's podcasts today. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Appeared on. I recorded a Remember the Game over Adam Blank's podcast. Remember the Game today, talking the awesome, beautiful, remembered, but actually terrible game, like terribly just frustrating game, The Lion King. Um, 'cause I
oh.
must have become a very soft gamer because I suck at that game now.
Every
Oh,
once in a while I will pull out like my old PS2 and like play something like stupid easy that I loved playing as a kid, like this is gonna sound so stupid. I'm a big kid, so like SpongeBob SquarePants the movie on
hmm.
PS2, that game was a lot of fun. Or like something, normal people play, like God of War. And I'll be like, I don't remember it being this difficult. But
Uh,
what I really liked about games back then is they had this like little ditty that they would play whenever you did something right. I would call it the
mm.
holy shit you did it right music.
Yeah, I think that world came in on like PS1 and 64 is when they started giving you those chimes because like on the
Mm.
64 or on the SNES and Genesis, it was just a lot of great 8-bit music, especially if it's a licensed game here in the like or the chip tune version of like the Lion King music or Aladdin's music.
Mhm,
That's where that
mhm.
one. Then you got I think it's in the PS1. Yeah, I guess there's some other games that would like give you that little chime say you're going the right way, you're doing the right thing. Those that always makes you feel good in the game. Hmm.
It does. It's like giving you a little treat for doing a job well done.
Yeah, again, it's fun, and again, like talking the old game. Plus, my if I'm gonna go back to play an old game that I don't want, that I know I just want to relax and play is actually Spyro the Dragon. Any of the three,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I got
Mhm.
the re-release. I have the re-release on Switch, and I play those. I love it. Like I love Crash Bandicoot 2, and I had the Switch version, but I don't know if it's me but when I play Crash on like I still have my old Crash Bandicoot Warped game, and when I play it on my PS2, I have no problem. But when I played it on Switch, I felt like there was a timing issue. I don't know if it was from the remaster or what it is. It just felt off, like jumping and trying to land certain
Mm.
things just felt off to me. But when I play the original versions, or I play it on like I have it on my PS4, right? And I have like the PS1 classic version on my PS4. I find that one runs fine, but it's the
Mm.
remastered one of the Switch. I feel it just feels off to me, and I don't know why. But I play it on my
Interesting.
PS4. I play my actual disc that I still have on my PS2. Not a problem. It's weird.
Interesting. Very
Where
interesting.
Spyro, great. Spyro works perfectly, and again, I think it's a better way to
Spyro's
play it
great.
now. It's the better way to play it on
Mhm.
the remastered trilogy because it's crisper. Everything kind of it's loading fast. Everything's loading faster. It's cleaner. I love it. Love me some Fire of the Dragon. Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the Spyro I will actually pull out on the PS2. I
Mm.
really like the PS2 version with all the one what is it? Enter the Dragonfly. That was my
Yeah,
favorite.
that was a
Yeah.
good one.
We're talking about the wrong thing right now, my friend.
Technically all PlayStation's from Japan. We're talking Japanese
Hey,
technically. Yeah, but
technically.
if you want to hear me talk video games, actually as this comes out on Wednesday. That's when the new episode of Remember the Game drops. So go check that out. Myself on Remember the Game
Hey.
talking the Lion King, and I promo all this at the end. talk. I promo SNME and OLE and us all at the end of the show. But yeah, go check me out over there. Remember the game. Yeah. And if you're watching this because you listen to Remember the Game, thank you for joining us. Or
Yay.
SNME. Like if you're listening or watching or whatever, thank you. I really appreciate you coming over from SNME or from Remember the Game. I really do. But we're here to talk wrestling. We're going to talk Stardom's Cinderella Tournament quarterfinals, and then this will come out like at least the video version coming out Wednesday. I'm not sure when the audio version is going to come out on SNME, but then we're going to have the finals and the semifinals and final show, which was all in one, coming out right after this. So that'll be recorded tomorrow as we talk right now. So that all coming right quite quick soon. We'll be coming to that to you very, very soon. And we're going to kick this off with the quarterfinal show, March 17th, Cinderella Tournament. It kicks off with Xena versus Ruaka. Was that new gear for Xena, or just I don't recognize the gear? Is that like I just
No. I don't her gear, like the in-ring gear, pants and the top, I think are not new
but that
because
her
they're her
cape
like
and
her
trick.
stratus. But I
Oh yeah,
think that the cape might be.
yeah. The cape is the capes. Yeah, I haven't personally seen her with that long train style cape that she has. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, me neither. I really liked it, but I think her pants, at the very least, are not new.
yeah. So
Not
they
too sure
get
about the top.
into Yeah, so they get into it in the match. The power seems kind of even. They both are kind of got the strength going on. They're like pushing each other into the ropes. Ruaka goes to the eyes to get the advantage. Tosses Xena around by the hair, standing on her head. She chokes her 3 different times. That's ending the refs like 1, 2, 3. She lets go and then choke again. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Then chokes again. And transition and comes back, hits a senton for 2. Transition into the crossfade, but Xena gets her foot on the ropes. Xena then boots Ruaka coming into the corner, hits a tornado, and Xena hits a tornado DDT for 2. She hits kicks, hits a suplex for 2. Xena with a hard chop, but Ruaka grabs her, tosses her over the top. Oedo Tai try to get involved, but they are stopped by members of EXV. And Xena gets a head kick, gets back, and then gets back in to get the roll up into a kick, and then gets a cover for 2. They trade strikes at center. They trade lariats. They both go down. Ruaka hits a fisherman suplex for 2. Xena fights back with a big old lariat. Ruaka blocks the suplex, but then Xena gets the hook kick and gets Ruaka up, but Ruaka slips off the shoulders, pushes Xena into the ref, and Ruaka hits Xena with a lariat. Momo then attacks Xena. Tora uses the chair. Momo hits a dude buster, and Ruaka hits the freezer bomb from the top for the win, House of Torture style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
not as bad as the House of Torture match, but this ending was like that's a House of Torture ending.
yeah, and I was not happy with it. Still
No, me
rocking
either.
my Oedo tie shirt, still rocking the purple in my hair, still rocking the purple lips. But man, this was a frustrating match because I had a lot of hopes for this with the power versus
Mm,
power. Um, these girls when it was the wrestling in the beginning there though, a tremendous exchange between the two of them. Xena is a very, very efficient worker. She
mm-hmm,
works very cautiously with the girls in Japan, and I really, really like it. I like how she fits in with them as well, because she's like obviously different, but then fits in with the style very, very well. Um, Ruaka rocking the short do again. She's got that little kind of bob thing going on. Kind of dig it. I really do like how she switches up her style so much and so frequently. She's kind of becoming like a young Julia,
mm-hmm,
um, kind of changing up the hairstyle quite a bit. I'd like to see her keep doing that. It makes it interesting. It's like, ooh, what's she going to be looking like today?
mm-hmm,
But yeah, the shenanigans at the end, it took me out a little bit.
mm.
Made me very It felt very House of Torture.
Well, it
There.
I was gonna say it's every
Go ahead.
match for it's been every match in this tournament for Ruaka.
Yeah, I was gonna say the at least they haven't done the same thing that House of Torture did with the New Japan Cup, where they were there at every person's kind of
Mhm,
match and causing problems and stuff like that. Ruaka seems to be the focal point of the group right now.
mhm,
So, they weren't really too crazy with Starlight Kid's match. Tora just kind of tore it herself. Mama wasn't even in the tournament.
no,
So, like, yeah, it makes sense to me to have the other girls supporting Ruaka in this. It's
mhm.
just odd that some of the things happening.
Yeah, I agree. Again, good match. Like
Mhm.
overall, it was a really good match, and then the ending, I was just like, "Oh,
Mhm.
you just had to go there for the ending. Come on."
Right?
It was
It's like,
one. It
why
was one.
though?
It was one of those kind of shows where it's just like, okay, I guess so. You went with the ending. So yeah. But again, good match. Xena, I think had a really good showing. Rock had a really good showing, and then the ending happened. That's the way I look at this
Mhm.
one. But we're gonna move on. Second match of the quarterfinal. Again, we're only talking the quarterfinal matches on this show. With the
Mhm.
finals, we'll do the whole show, but I'm not gonna be going full through every single match. I'll go full through the semis, the finals, the world title, and maybe Tam and Julia. That looks like it'll be a good match, and then we'll just summarize the rest of the matches on that card. Um, but
Sounds
yeah,
good. Yeah.
so we're getting Azumi versus Miyu Amasaki. They each try to toss each other over right at the start. And then Azumi gets back in and runs and slides out while Miyu's on the apron, is like trying to like pull her down to the mat. I was like,
So
hey,
funny.
I'm like, that's fair. You get her over the top, you slide out and try to pull her down. That seems pretty fair to me. It's not You're not
Yeah.
cheating. Um, Azumi in back in the ring gets the snapmare and PK. She tosses Miyu by the hair, chokes her on the rope, and then like she like bounces off the bottom rope to like stomp on her. Like Azumi getting a little heelish here, get a little like I'm
Oh
gonna beat
yeah.
the hell out of you here.
She
And yeah,
was
these two
very savage in this one. Yeah, very mean.
and the fact that they're stablemates too. They're both Queen's Quest, right? Like Mia's Queen's Quest, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great.
So you have a Queen's
This is
Quest
O2
alliance here.
line.
Yeah, this is a tag team facing off in the quarterfinal. Yeah, I didn't even think that. I was just thinking, oh yeah, they're part of the same faction. Then yeah, they're O2 line. Again, it's
Yeah.
just it's like she's like, I'm not letting you beat me. I'm like I'm the new leader of this faction. I'm gonna be the new leader of this faction. You're not beating me. Is the way the way it felt to me, anyways. Um,
Mhm.
Azumi like starts kicking at the arm of Miyu because she likes to work over the arm in matches. Because
Mhm.
she's got a lot of arm submissions. They trade strikes at center. Azumi gets another snapmare and PK. Miyu fights back with a low drop kick and then hits that short DDT for two. Miyu tosses Azumi into the corner, but gets stopped on the back handspring. And then she tries for the pendulum DDT, but she gets stopped on that. They trade more shots at center. Miyu gets a roll up for two. Then she does get the pendulum DDT, does not follow it up. Azumi comes back, hits a suplex. They're both down. Kick. Azumi gets the kick. It gets the sweeps the leg. Johnny, and hits a PK and then a stomp for two. Um, she misses the top rope stomp, but gets Miyu over the ropes. Then Miyu pulls her to the apron. They start, and then they fight in. They fight their way back in, and they get into a roll up exchange. Azumi fights or kicks away a lariat attempt and gets the Fujiwara armbar, then into the double armbar, but Miyu gets a foot on the ropes. She hits the buzzsaw kick. Azumi goes up, hits the top rope double stomp, but Miyu kicks out of that 2.999. It's like literally, I thought the ref was about to hit when she kicked out. Like
Mhm.
it was that close. It looked really good. Miyu comes back with a tornado that just like pops up, goes off the second turnbuckle, hits a tornado DDT, kind of almost out of nowhere. Gets a roll up for two. Azumi then hits a roundhouse kick, but Miyu ducks another kick attempt. She gets a roll up, but then Azumi transitions out of getting rolled up into an armbar, then gets the double armbar, sits back on them, and Miyu is forced to submit. and Azumi gets a submission victory. I love the double armbar that she does, and she's like she
Mhm.
lays back on the armbar on the arms to really like torque them backwards. I think it's really cool. I like
Mhm.
it.
I agree. I agree. This match gave me the same vibes that like Xena and Waka did. I had the
Mhm.
same kind of twinge of excitement going into it because these two are stablemates and because they are tag team. They know each other so well. I mean, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, did Miyu um, mentor under Azumi a little bit when she had first started?
Yeah,
I
because
feel
when
like
she
she
joined
did.
Queen's Quest and they became a tag team, it was like Azumi it wasn't like like she's the apprentice like Kurara is and stuff, but she was like she kind of took her and they did a lot of tag team stuff for a long while.
Hmm.
Worked that first tag league together, then did last year's tag league together. Yeah, they had a good bit of time together as a tag team, and really you could see most of Miyu's tag matches and multi-person tags. Azumi was there.
Hmm. Yeah, so there's a connection there, and like it's like one of those friendships within the faction of like who knows each other
Mhm.
really better than each other in this situation. Um, the PKs that Azumi was feeding to Mio for a bit there were just so stiff. Ooh, her kicks are getting like she's always had really good kicks, but those kicks are getting good.
Mhm.
They're getting gooder, good and gooder. Miyu was fighting really, really hard in this one too, just really giving her all in this one. She was the most vocal, I think, in this match that I've ever heard her in any other match. And same with Azumi. And again, I feel like it was that friendship that they have that enabled them to unlock these like other levels of themselves in this match, much like Xena and Waka did when they had their match. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Kind of figured Azumi would pick up the win on this. Oh, and I wanted to mention Azumi's hair. She's still rocking the blonde there, but she's got those nice pink tippy tippies going on now. Very, very
Yep.
nice.
Again, just I thought again, I thought they worked really well together, and the fact again the familiarity helps. Again, there's two,
Mhm,
and you really see the evolution in Miyu and
mhm,
how good
mhm,
she's doing in this tournament. And how and like she had a couple of surprising, definitely the second round victory was surprising to me, but it's showing that they're
mhm.
really trying to elevate her at more of a presence to be more of a presence in the division. She's been
I
around a
agree.
couple of years now, so I don't.
Mhm,
But you still kind of have that thought of her as the young girl. You know what I mean? Because that's what she
mhm,
was for a long time. But then it's like, no, she's more main level faction now. It's like, oh yeah, so I can see it, can see it now. So I was like, there's a chance she could win this here. Like you know what I mean? Once you
mhm,
kind of get that
mhm,
in your head. Like, again, it's cool to
mhm.
see her being risen up the card a little bit.
I agree. I
Mhm.
agree. It's nice to watch.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna move on. It's Crazy Stars Mei Seira versus Gadzai's Ami Sorei. Champion versus champion here. High speed versus artist. But how long will Ami be an artist champion? That's the question. Fast start
Mm,
with Mei getting the sunset flip early, but Ami gets out, hits a lariat. They start trading strikes, a series of reversals. Mei gets the low drop kick to the head. Ami then comes back with the shoulder block, picks Mei up, tossing her over the top. But Mei comes back like as Ami's running in, she jumps up and then like wrecking ball drop kicks herself through the ropes back into the ring. Um,
mhm,
and then she gets on Ami's back, rear naked choke, but Ami eventually fights it off by slamming Mei into the corner. Then she gets the corner splash, and then she hits a shoulder block. He starts unloading on Mei Mei with the Kojima style chop, just bang, 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 bang. Um, he gets the torture rack, slams her into the corner, hits the splash. Then, but as she goes to get the sliding lariat, Mei Mei rolls her up for two. Um, May gets a drop toe hold, wrestles her around a little bit, hits a hook kick, then kicks to a kick in the ropes, but it's she goes for a springboard, gets caught. Ami then hits a suplex for two. May gets a roll up off Ami gets her up on her shoulder, and May gets down into a sunset flip. But Ami gets out at two. Ami responds with the big lariats. but then Mei hits a drop kick, then hits that snap sunset flip that she does, but she can only get two. Ami pushes Mei over when she's going for a springboard attempt, but then as Ami comes into it, like splash her on the ropes, send her to the floor. She low bridges her, so Ami ends up on the apron. They fight on the apron. Mei tries for a German, can't get it, but then she comes back, hits an MX. Ami then stops Mei from going in and gets her up, brain buster on the apron, and Mei crashes to the floor, and Ami is your winner. Again, I love the finish here, especially with the
Mhm.
brainbuster to solidify it all. I was like, yeah, I'm it's not always do the over the top rope eliminations work, but this one did because they were
Mhm.
battling to the end, and with both anybody could hit the floor, and she dropped her with that brainbuster. I'm like, yep, good, I'm happy.
Yeah, it was a great way to kind of play that ending, there with the top rope
Mm,
stuff. This was very
tough.
much about, stuff. It was very much a battle of, speed versus power in this one where Ami was just doing her best to hit Mei, and Mei was doing everything she could to bob and weave. She was
Mm,
taking a Jack O'Connor route, bob and weave, get out of the way.
mm,
Um, Mei did so good against someone like Ami with the power that she does, because there was a definite size difference. Um, I mean, Mei is tiny. She's tiny. She's like
yeah.
Melball tiny, and Ami is not. um, what did I have in this? Oh, Ami is twinning with Azumi now, rocking the pretty blonde with the pink tips. It
Hmm.
was very apparent. After this match, I'm sure you'll mention, unless you didn't see it,
Did I miss something?
Azumi came to the ring to confront Ami,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they
Yeah,
had
just kind of
words, and Ami just shoved her off the apron. They
yeah.
looked
Again,
identical.
yeah, they had a very similar look. Just Ami looked like she was the big sister, and Azumi looked like the little sister. Is what it really
Yeah,
was. Yeah.
it did. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I don't have a whole ton to add to this. This was a really just fun, quick-paced match. Um, I don't know, did you see Suzu also after? She was laughing at Mei.
Well, why not, right? Like your friend, but it's like, how can you laugh her when you got
Oh,
eliminated in the second round and she made it to the quarterfinals? So,
I mean, that's true. That's
mm,
true. Yeah, Suzu did
yeah,
carry out Mei also. They had a nice
yeah.
little thingy going on. So
It's
nice.
that friendly rivalry. It's the friends that can make fun of each other.
Yeah,
Honestly, if you can't make fun of your best friends, then there's no point in you being friends if you can't make fun of each other. I make fun of Mel almost every day, and she still loves me, so we're good.
yeah. There's levels of the joke that we can take. You're always told when the joke gets taken too far.
It's true. It's true. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying not to be taking it too far anymore. But
It's
we
true.
move
It's
on.
true.
The final quarterfinal match. It's Hanan versus Starlight Kid. They're fighting for dominance at the start. They're each chopping each other's move, but Starlight Kid gets the springboard cross. She hits a drop kick, then follows it up with a standing moonsault for two. Hanan gets the judo toss and then hits a running body attack in the ropes and gets a two count. Starlight Kid with hard strikes, but Hanan hits a drop kick. She runs the ropes, but she gets tripped up and pulled out blatantly in front of the referee. And Starlight Kid climbs on the rope. She's like almost like yelling at her team. It was a little odd
Mhm,
here. So she's getting attacked on the floor, blatantly in front of the refs. And this is where Starlight Kid comes out and she kind of like almost runs away to tie off here
mhm.
in a way, like, and then took her on and tossed her
Tiny
back
spot.
in. Yeah, because it seemed like she was almost more annoyed that Oedo Tai pulled her out and started attacking her because she was like, "Hey, I don't," almost like, "Hey, I don't need you to do this." Is what it kind of what it felt like to me. I don't know if that's what they were going
Mhm,
for, but that's because she had this when she was on the rope. She kind of was like, like looking, going like the fuck, and
mhm,
then she rolls out and like kind of like blocks her team from attacking more and brings Hanan back in. So like it
mhm,
was almost like, hey. I don't need your help. I'm just that good. Is how I felt. The
Mm,
situation went, but I
it
don't know.
definitely gave that vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So they trade drop kicks back in the ring. Then they each doing reversals to each other, and Hanan gets a crossbody off the second turnbuckle. Starlight Kid reverses a scoop slam, gets sliced bread number two. But then Hanan comes back with with a sliding back elbow. Both women are down. Starlight Kid gets another a drop kick, then another drop kick. She goes up to the top, gets attacked by Hanan trying to pull down, but Starlight Kid fights her off, and then she repositions. Then Hanan comes back and like hits like a jumping uppercut to her on the top rope, and she pulls her down into a backdrop driver, and then hits the running famouser, but can only get two. Starlight Kid unloads on Hanan at center, but Hanan gets as Starlight Kid runs, then she comes back. She like pops her up and hits another uppercut, and then hits that bridging fall away slam for two. Starlight Kid then fights back with a satellite DDT. She goes up, hits the twisting frog splash, only gets two. She goes back up, hits the moonsault, but Hanan kicks it at like 2.9, like just barely kicking out, and like you could audibly hear the crowd going like, "Oh!" that she kicked out
Hmm.
of the moonsault. You're like, "Ooh, okay, this crowd expected this to be over here." Um,
Hmm.
Hanan then gets out of the tiger suplex and hits a fall away slam. So the kid reverses the backdrop into this headlock takeover. She just literally gets a basic she gets out and she grabs it and just rolls forward with a basic like headlock takeover into a very like simple pin for two. I was like, I haven't seen somebody do a headlock takeover in a major match in a long time, especially in like a transition scenario like this. I was like, okay, usually like a headlock takeover at the start of the match, not in the middle or towards the end of the match. It was really weird. I didn't expect it, especially to get a pin out of it so late in the match. I was like, hmm, okay. She then hits a running knee to the back of the head. Hanan fights back with a backdrop. Starlight Kid tries for look like a Michinoku driver, but Hanan gets a victory roll. But Starlight Kid kicks out of two. They fight, and then Hanan catches her into a crucifix roll up to get the pin in the win. I was like, oh, okay, that's a surprising ending here. Like again, I already knew that Hanan was winning this match, but it was cool to see like she just kind of got this like almost surprising win out of nowhere.
Hmm. And
Yeah,
that's kind of what we've been seeing a little bit lately out of Stardom in their matches at the ends here, these surprising little wins with these odd little things that we don't typically see people winning with. I
yeah,
kind of like it because it
me too.
kind of, again, as I'd mentioned in shows before, it takes away that predictability of the show. Because unfortunately, some of them have gotten a little predictable. We kind of
Yeah,
know who's going to win just based on how they like to tease us. So,
yeah.
yeah, there's not a whole lot I can add to this that you didn't already say. This was
Sorry.
a great match for Hanan, though.
Oh yeah,
Just the evolution of the Hanan character that we've seen, like for myself, just when I started watching, which was shortly before you, she was still in the kind of like I would say the schoolgirl era. She was kind of wearing the skirt and the top,
mhm,
but she was doing the cheerleader thing, and she still had that fun little Hanan Hanan theme music.
yeah,
Like she was a Future of Stardom champion when I first started watching,
yeah.
and
She was
now
she was
look at
was
her.
when I started too. Yeah. Yeah, again, she's evolved
Yeah,
so much, and now like, she's on her
so
way.
much.
Got a legitimate shot at getting a wish here, so and getting a title shot out of
Mhm.
it. So like again, she's also a new blood tag champ at the same time. She's got a lot going for her right now. So
S
and
Love to see that for this hot young talent.
coming up on a review next week, there will be we're gonna have to review the show where her and there's a show from this past weekend, but we're not gonna get it out till next week just because
Yes.
it's crazy this week for us. Um,
Yes.
it's Hanan and
Ida?
and Starlight Kid or Hanan and Kid. I can't remember who they're facing now, but they're defending their championships um, on one of the main
Non and
shows.
who?
Hanan and Ida.
Oh, okay. The
Ida.
way you worded it, you sounded like Hanan and Starlight Kid.
I did say Starlight Kid at first, then I went no Ida because again I see Starlight Kid on my. But I saw Starlight Kid on my
Yeah.
screen. That's what I mean. Well, I got confused.
Wasn't it
My brain.
Xena and Waka?
Yes, Xena and Waka. That's what it is. I was literally looking it up to figure out. I think it's on the
Oh no,
24th.
Hanako. Hanako and
Oh,
Waka, isn't it?
Hanako and Waka. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's the main. I think it's gonna be the main event on that show. But yeah, again, we got to watch that card because there's some other cool little matches on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a few pictures that's come out of that match. It looks really good.
Yeah, I haven't looked any. I don't know any results, but I've been looking at a bunch of the matches. There's a weird 12-person tag match of just a random mishmash team of God's Eye teaming with Natsupoi and Julia and Mai Sakurai, and it's just so weird. And
It
Micah
was
versus
not. It was not. It was fun. It was purposeful. You know what the purpose was?
what was that?
All those women at one point in time were in Donna Del Mondo.
Oh, that makes so much more sense now that I look at it.
That
Oh,
I thought the same thing when I first saw it, and I was like, wait a second.
that's a Donna
Donna
Del
Del
Mondo
Mondo.
goodbye match. God dang
That
it.
is a Donna Del Mondo revival match, is what that was, I think.
I see it now. I see it now. That makes
Light
so
bulb.
much sense. I always forget that Natsupoi was a member of that team because again,
How did
she left.
you
She
You were
left just before I
watching
started
her
watching.
turn on the faction.
No, because I started watching just after she joined Cosmic Angels. I
Ah,
didn't see the turn because the turn happened. Like I started watching in August. She turned and left in July, and I started watching in August.
and how many times have I brought this up in our shows?
I know. I always forget
Pay
the
attention to a
history of
Melball.
Donald Del Mundo. The history of Donald Del Mundo for me is like literally like a year and a half, like a little like 2 years worth of history. That's it, or a year and a half of history in my brain.
Sir. Oy,
Was
oy,
was
oy.
Hemeka should have been managing them too. God damn it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
back to the action at hand.
Yeah. So, yeah, in the next day or so, you'll be getting a show. We'll be covering the semifinals and final show. It'll have Mayu Iwatani versus Yuzuki. You have God's Eye, which is Mirai, Routing Yamagi, Saki Kashima, and Siri versus Empress Nexus Venus, Hanako, Miyu Shirakawa, Waka Tsukiyama, and Xena. You get the semifinal match between Ruaka and Hanan, Azumi and Ami Sorei. You get Crazy Star versus Crazy Star and Mai Sakurai versus Lady C, Miyu Amasaki, and Saya Kamatani from Queen's Quest versus Hazuki Kokuma and Saya Ida from Stars. Then you have Tam Nakano versus Julia. You got another one, which is Aya Sakura and Natsupoi, Soriano, Yuna Mizumori, and Sayaka Kurara teaming up to face Oedo Tai. Then you have the finals match, and then you have Micah versus Utami Ayashishita for the world title. So very big show there. We'll give you summaries of most of the multi-person tags and singles, but like the tournament matches and Tam and Julia and Micah and Utami, we'll give you a little more in depth on those ones. So
Mm.
yeah, so that's coming up
Mhm.
on the next show.
Yay.
Yay!
So much wrestling.
So
Gosh
much
dang it. So much
wrestling.
wrestling.
So much
My
wrestling.
God, we got like 3 straight days of wrestling this weekend.
Yeah, and I have a feeling we're not going to get to Japanese wrestling update because we have multiple chop talks we got to do. So that show is probably going to miss this week. We do apologize. There's some cool news that have come out this week. If we can get something out on the weekend, maybe we can try. But we've got a lot to take care of this week that I don't know if we have a time to even do a pre-recorded right now.
No, I don't think do.
No, not with the amount of stuff we have to record. Otherwise, so
No,
that will be back on
no.
in the afternoon, very special edition. Stardom review / Japanese wrestling update crossover. You'll be able to check that out.
Mhm.
Yeah. But It's time to get out of here. We're coming to an end of another episode. I want to thank everybody for joining us here. You can find me on the X at That Canada. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, or right here, if you are watching on our YouTube channel, Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. And if you're listening audio form over on Sunday Night's Main Event, thank you so very much. And if you do want to hear us in audio form, go to Sunday Night's Main Event.com, excuse me, or go to patreon.com/SNME radio. We'll be having some special editions of Chop Talk coming out on SNME, the Patreon, on the Patreon. We had from the LPW shows we're hitting up this weekend. Just a couple, because we got a few people. We got Alan Angels on that show, Mike Bailey, Nicole Matthews, Artemis Spencer, and all the great regulars from LPW. Gigi Ray is on the Thursday show. Yeah, a lot of great content coming out for this weekend from LPW, and there's a great RCW show coming up this Saturday too. So lots of great Chop Talks going to be coming out there. But if you are listening on there,
did you see what got announced for Saturday?
no.
Kamikaze is coming back.
Ooh,
and he's going to be fighting a personal favorite of ours,
Rich King.
Colton Kelly. Colton
Kelly's back.
Yes, Cutthroat Colton Kelly's coming back.
Yes. There we go. Let's go. So lots of great content for Chop. So tune in to Chop Talk over the weekend / next week for lots of great content coming out there. And yeah, again, SundayNightsMainEvent.com or Patreon.com/SNME Radio for all of our shows in audio form if you just want to put them in your podcast catcher. And then you can find me over on Twitch as you can Wednesday nights, whenever you're watching this, Wednesday, March 27th, I will be live with Ol Ed talking, and our boy, member of the Horde, Andreas, the humanoid freak. We'll all be. That's not an insult. That's his Twitter handle. We'll all be talking the Avengers on Marvel Talk. Yeah, or yeah, that one. Yeah, on Marvel Talk this on Wednesday the 27th. If you want to watch that live, if you're hearing us, twitch.tv/our local establishment, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. And if you don't get to catch us live, go over to youtube.com/our local establishment, where you can find us talking there on the replay. Also, one more big shout out to our boy Mike the Ref for simulcasting all our great stuff over on his channel. He's been a little sick this past week, has just only had enough energy to just been doing his Twitch streams. So more of our shows will be uploaded in the next week or so. He'll be getting back on track to get all the stuff uploaded. So give him some time. He's been a little bit under the weather, but we love him. He's doing his best because he's awesome. So go check him out at youtube.com/@backbreakervideo. If you want to find all his live gaming content, go to twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. And if you want replays of his great gaming content, go to youtube.com/backbreaker_gaming, where you can find content from him, Mr. PJC, the man who I still haven't picked up his sticker, Rick Jules. It's still not picked up. I'm bad. I'm just bad at not picking things up. And their freaking guest, Kayla J.
Kayla J. Kayla J.
J.
Kayla J.
Kayla J.
Kayla J.
Kayla J. Melball, where may they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can find her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can find her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find her, as Andre mentioned, on our local establishment, Programming Japanese Wrestling Update. As he said, we're probably not going to have time this week because we got a lot of ish going on. We busy.
Mm-hmm.
We busy.
Busy.
It will be back on that live show, as Andre mentioned, the week after, and then back to our regularly scheduled programs on Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. You can also catch me on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. I am doing a show with her Friday morning.
Oh, geez, we're gonna have to record Friday afternoon before we go to our show, because we're gonna have to talk some Thursday night LPW. Man, you're gonna be busy on that Friday.
I'ma hate everything and everyone. I'm gonna be so cranky by the end of the night. Lord help me. Stay tuned to our socials to see when that is dropping. I believe it will be happening at our regular time of 4 p.m. Eastern.
The 5 Eastern, 3
Mountain?
three Mountain. It's usually 3 Mountain, 5 Eastern is what I've
Yeah,
noticed.
she's the one who just sends me the link. I just show up. If you're wanting to watch Stardom Wrestling, we will leave a link in the description box below. It is stardom-world.com. It is 920 yen, or approximately 10 Canadian. Shout out Sean's Bears. Your video glitched, so I had no hands, and then suddenly I had hands, and it was a little crazy. Scared me a little. Okay, 10 Canadian, shout out Sean Spears, but it's more like 750, according to me, because I checked my bank account. Still a great price while Andre is rocking back and forth there for some professional wrestling. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
Don't never trust me, and always we really do appreciate all of your great support here. Whether you're watching on Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, whether you're on Backbreaker Video, or whether you're listening to some Sunday Night's Main Event, we appreciate all the support. If you are listening on Sunday Night's Main Event, please give us a 5-star review if you can. Like it in any way you can. Subscribe to the main channel if you can. If you want to support, please go to patreon.com/SNME Radio. It's only $4 American per month if you want to get some great content over there, ad free for everything, and also you're gonna have exclusive content going up over there, so check that out. And then if you are watching on the YouTube, whether it's Backbreaker Video or Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, thank you so much. Please like the videos, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, share us out to your friends, family, the strangers, the weird little creatures that live in the middle of the earth, and also many more. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong. I don't really want to piss off the things in the center of the earth, though. We're good. We're kind of hooped up enough up here. We don't need them clawing their ways into our basements. That being said, I am your Melba. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah.